Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today I am bringing you my October TBR. Now if you watched my vlog last week, if you haven't, I'll link it up here. I mentioned that I don't think I'm going to do an October TBR, but you know what? There's two readathons I really want to try and participate in, and even if I read, 4 of these books, I will count that as a win because I'm back to work full-time next month, so this TBR is massively ambitious. I don't think I'm going to complete all of it, but I'm going to set myself a goal anyways because it's the final 3 months of the year. How? But we're going to try and end this year on a high. I think I'm also like 1 or 2 books away from completing my original Goodreads goal of 52 books. So if I can read more this month, I can push that to my next goal that I've got in mind. So let's get into my TBR. I'm going to start by talking about the magical Hop-A-Thon, which is hosted by Rachel. I will link her announcement video down below for you guys. Please check it out. I am going to be running through the list of prompts that I have picked in a very condensed way, and if you want to get like a full idea of what these prompts are and the different parks, please check out her video because mine will make no sense if you've got no idea what I'm on about. So the park I've decided to start at is Magical Kingdom because where else would I want to start? And the way this readathon is working is that you need to read a prompt first, and that is going to give you your entry ticket. So the prompt that I have got is to read a fantasy, and for that I have chosen Shadowless by Randall McNally. Randall very kindly reached out to me to see if I wanted to give this a try and review it for him, so thank you very much, Randall. I plan to read this in October and it sounds amazing. So basically the tagline to this book is, what if the gods themselves wanted you dead? And from that and some of the reviews I've read, I was instantly hooked, so I'm looking forward to reading this. We follow our main character who one day realises that he actually has no shadow, and when he asks his uncle what it means to be shadowless, he's let in on a terrifying secret. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is actually about, getting into it. It's meant to be a high fantasy. I don't think this is going to be a series, or if it is, I don't know how many books are going to be in the series, but I'm really looking forward to giving this a try in October. Once I've read Shadowless, I will then gain entry to the Magic Kingdom, and then from then on with all of the parks you get to pick an attraction, a snack and a show. And Rachel did say that you can pair a snack and a show together should you wish, so I think I've done that once in this TBR, try and make it a little bit easier on myself, and if I can do that later on when I will struggle, then I might do that as I go on throughout the month. I am making this TBR really loosely, so I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself, but I also do like the idea of setting a goal. So that's what I'm doing. Once I've entered the Magic Kingdom, the ride I'm going to pick is Space Mountain. And for that, I get to read a sci-fi or something with spacey themes. And I have picked Otherworlders. Now, this is something that I also have to review, so I am looking forward to giving it a go. I don't know a lot about it. What I do know is something has happened on Earth, and the people who live there have to figure out a way to get away, and they themselves become otherworlders and have to make sure they're not tracked down by this evil agent. I don't know, it's a very terrible description. I will have all of these books linked down below as usual. They're Goodreads links, so be sure to check them out if they sound alright, or if you want to actually figure out what I'm on about. But that does sound really good, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And then from there, when I get a bit peckish, I have chosen Dole Whip as my snack, and for that I need to read a booktube favourite, and I have picked Kingdom of the Wicked. This has obviously been a big favourite. I think it came out last year. Yes, it was last year that we got this, with the amazing sprayed edges from Fairy Loot and the artwork and everything under the dust jacket. I'm really looking forward to finally giving this a go. I know that we meet an evil Prince of Darkness or something. Again, I know not a lot. 2 sisters, 1 murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself. And we are following our main character, Amelia. Yes, and her sister is found dead, and then Amelia meets Wrath, who is a prince of hell, and Wrath claims to be on Amelia's side and that he will help her to discover who killed her sister, and then obviously that opens a world of hurt. I want to get to this because I have ordered the sequel as well, and I would like to try and start reading the books I own as their sequels come in, because It's just not been happening. So there you go. That is that prompt. And then the final prompt that I have picked the show Festival of Fantasy, and the prompt for that is literally to read anything after 3 p.m. So maybe I'll choose one of my smaller books to read. Maybe I will just read one book after 3 p.m. over a couple of days. I don't know. But that's the prompt I picked. I thought that maybe one less book would be better for me. From the Magic Kingdom, we are going straight across to the Hollywood Studios, and the first ride I'm going to go on straight away is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Roller Coaster. I think that's the name. I've got the prompts written down very loosely in my notebook in front of me, and the prompt is to read a new release after 2020. So I have picked Horseman by Christina Henry, which is a new release. It came out in September. Very excited to get to this. It's got the spooky vibe I'm looking for in October. I believe this is set in a small village, and the folklore of that village is that there was someone called the Horseman who would go around and chop people's heads off, I think. And when a body turns up with no head one day, Ben, who is our main character, starts to think maybe that story isn't as false as everyone seems to think it is. So I think this is definitely going to be creepy. I really hope it is, and I'm looking forward to giving this a shot. The next prompt for Hollywood Studios is, well, for me, is I've picked up my snack, which is blue or green milk. And the prompt for that is read a book you spent way too much money on. And I spent way too much money on this edition because it came from America. And that is Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray, the sequel to The Diviners. Still set in the 1920s, follows on from the first book, so I can't say an awful lot about it. But I will leave it tagged down below in case you want to check out what the sequel is about. I know we're still following Evie and her group of comrades, so I'm really excited to see what they get up to in this one. I read The Diviners last year around the same time as this, so spooky season, and I did actually really enjoy it. I just kind of struggled with the writing because it's written as if you are from the 1920s, and it's a little bit jarring to get into, but once you're into it, it makes sense. So this is what I'm going to be reading for my snack. And then the show that I have picked for Hollywood Studios is Beauty and the Beast, which means read a retelling, and I have picked Lost Boy by Christina Henry again. I've managed to put 2 of her books on my TBR because she just nails the whole spooky, creepy kind of vibe, and that's what I want in October. So this is obviously a retelling of Peter Pan, but it's as if Peter Pan is the bad guy, and I'm very interested to see what she's done with this and to see how Peter is the bad guy and what makes Hook not so bad at all. So I'm looking forward to giving this a go as well. From Hollywood Studios, we are jumping straight across to Epcot, and the first thing I'm going to do is to go on the Frozen ride, which I haven't been to Epcot in a very long time, and Frozen wasn't a thing when I last went, so maybe I will actually do this when I eventually go back. But the prompt for this is read a hyped book, and for that I have picked Project Hail Mary. I've seen quite a few people reading it, giving it good reviews, giving it mixed reviews, so I want to see what it's like for myself. It's also sci-fi, and I am just really interested. Again, this was gifted to me for my birthday from the lovely Kate, so thank you very much, Kate. And I am just really excited to see what this is. I don't really know an awful lot about it. Obviously it's set in space. There's a lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined, and that is all I want to know, really. I want to go into it completely oblivious, if I'm completely honest. So here is where we're going first at Epcot. So for the next prompt, it is the World Showcase, which is, the prompt is basically to read a book from a range of different countries, and they're all listed on the PDF that Rachel has made, and it's also in the video, so again, check out the video if you want to know more. For this prompt, I've put in a book that I was meant to read this month, which I'm just not going to get round to, and that is The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab. This is because V.E. Schwab is American, and I think it's going to be set in America, but I'm not too sure. But V.E. Schwab is definitely from America, so I think it's all okay there. And then I have got Turtle Talk, which is read an audiobook, and I've also got Near Witch down for that. I don't think I can double up on that, but I think I'm going to leave my audiobook just up and open for now, because I don't know what I want to listen to audibly at the minute, and I don't know. It might end up being The Near Witch. I might swap. So those two prompts are a little bit up in the air because I might listen to Near Witch and then pick a different book for the World Showcase prompt, but just make sure you keep up with my vlogs and I'll keep you updated there. But that is Epcot in a nutshell. And then the final park. The final park is Animal Kingdom, and the first thing I'm gonna do at Animal Kingdom is Expedition Everest, and the prompt for that is read an intimidating book. Now for this I've picked a book called Neurotopia, and this isn't intimidating because of how big it is. This is intimidating because it's a sci-fi, and I've got a lot of sci-fi on here, but it's probably a sci-fi that I would not have picked up myself if I did not have to review it. I am really looking forward to it. It sounds pretty cool. The whole premise is, what if your mind wasn't your own? Something about there's been a hacking through the system that controls the world. So I'm very interested to see what that's actually about and to just give it a go. But yeah, it's a little bit intimidating for me. I do love a good sci-fi book, however it's been a while since I've read a sci-fi, and now on this list I've got 3 or 4 already, and I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to be something different. The next prompt is Night Blossom, and that is to read a book that is Instagram worthy, and for that I've picked The Devil Makes 3. This book is stunning. This came in our Illumicrate box last month, I think. So I'm really looking forward to get into this. This is enemies to lovers. This has demons getting out and people having to kind of recapture the demon. It's also set in a library. Sounds right up my street. So I'm really looking forward to that, and it's also stunning. So, and then the final prompt for this readathon, I have picked Lion King. I think it's like the Lion King show or something. Again, I haven't written the full name down. Look at the video to see what I mean. But the prompt for that is to read a TBR vet, and I've picked The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. So this is dark academia. This has got witchy vibes. I think this kind of has a mean girl element to it as well. I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is going to be the perfect season to give this a go. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what this is. And I had to fit a bit of dark academia in there somewhere because it's October. When else are you going to read dark academia? So there are all the prompts for the Magical Hop-A-Thon. So we're just going to quickly run through my prompts for the Spoopathon, because I want to take part in that as well, and I've tried to cross-post these as well. So first off, I have picked to be on Beth's team, so the Order of the Spy, so I can go through any door and not need any prompts, which is great because I just want to read. That's all I want to do. So the first prompt for me is Gifted, and I have picked Shadowless by Randall McNally. A couple of these books could actually fit though, but this is the one that I've currently picked. My next prompt is Autumnal Cover, and for that I've picked Project Hail Mary because it's got black and orange, and it seems very October-esque to me with all the oranges, so perfect fit for that. Then I have loosely done this, so the next prompt for me is New Genre, and for that I have picked Otherworlders, which is a sci-fi, and I am reading sci-fi, but I'm taking this as it's a book I wouldn't necessarily have picked up on my own, so that's what I'm changing that prompt to be, because I don't own any books of a new genre. I'm not going to be able to go to a library anytime soon, and I won't have Scribd in October either because my free trial runs out. So I'm tailoring this prompt slightly to myself, but I think it's okay. I then am using the Trick or Treat prompt, which means I've got to pick 2 books, put them on Twitter and get people to vote on them, and that's what I'm going to do when this video goes up. So make sure you go over to my Twitter and give me a vote on the book that you want me to read. I have not made it very clear which one I want to read and which one I don't, so I'm looking forward to what you guys pick for me for that prompt. And the final prompt is Read It After Dark, so I will just pick a book once I get to that point that I haven't yet read and just sit and read it after dark. It gets dark kind of early now, so I don't think that will be too hard. But there you go. I have gone through that pretty quick because I did not want to bore you. But those are the 2 readathons I want to take part in October. And this is my stack, which is a little bit terrifying. Do I think I'm going to do this? No. But I'm going to give it a good try anyways and see where we get to. I've just heard people come back. So that is everything for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Really supports me, really supports my channel. Let me know in the comments down below what you plan to read for the month of October, and if you just want to leave me an emoji, please leave me any Halloween emojis, the pumpkin, the witch, the magical orb, I don't care. just let's be autumnal and spooky, please. And if you want to see more of me and you want to see if I actually manage to complete my TBR or how far I actually get in this massive stack, please consider subscribing to me down below and ringing that notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload new videos. I currently upload on a Wednesday and on a Sunday, so be sure to stick around for more bookish content from me. But otherwise, that's everything for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye!